There have been some blockbuster trades to go down just this morning. Two of the league's star wide receivers have been traded. Amari Cooper is now a member of the Bills, and Devontae Adams is now a member of the New York Jets. Wow, you talk about a big time shakeup heading into this week. That's huge. The Bills get I think that's the biggest trade. I think Amari going with Josh Allen is huge. To be able to pair those two up, the skill sets match phenomenally. You now get a number one wide receiver to go with Josh Allen. Obviously, he's had a cast of characters, but I think being able to get someone as an elite separator is huge. Devontae Adams to the Jets just feels like a prayer at this point because the Jets look like they are one foot in the dumpster and 1 foot just potentially like, oh, we could be okay. But we'll see. Still a long season. But it's got me thinking, who should the 49ers potentially do their due diligence on and potentially go after a trade? I do think the 49ers should be buyers. I think when you look at buyers versus sellers, the 49ers are first in the NFC West. They're at 500, but they have the opportunity to either stay at 500 with splitting with the Chiefs or the Cowboys, getting one, losing one, or if they win both, they're in great shape heading into the bye. Hopefully getting Christian McCaffrey on the other side of the bye. We'll see when Dre Greenlaw returns. There's some guys in the hopper that they are going to get back. So why not try to improve? And I think the area we have to decide, if the 49ers are going to make a trade, where do we see the position of need being? I think when you look at the offensive side, 49ers are set at wide receiver. They don't need to go out and get any of these guys. They're not going to be trading away Brandon Ayuk. They got Deebo Samuel, Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall has been activated this week, so he'll probably play. We haven't even seen what Jacob Cowing's potential is. We're good at wide receiver. You could make the case for running back depth, but I do think that our depth was tested against the Seahawks, and you saw Isaac Guerrero and you saw Patrick Taylor prove that they are capable. So I feel good there. And it does sound like Jordan Mason is trending towards potentially being available for the Chiefs. So again, we get through the bye. CMC comes back healthy. We're good at running back. So I'm okay with waiting that particular situation out. Offensive line, I think we're fine. You're going to get Jonathan Feliciano back here pretty soon. And on top of that, you've got Spencer Burford as a backup as well. So offensive line. Offense, I think we're good. Tight end, even, I think we're good at tight end. You know, we got Kittle. Saubert's been okay. But unless something falls in your lap, I don't think you have to be proactive in going after tight end. So that gets us back onto the defensive side. I think it all starts up front with the defensive line. Obviously, there's been a lot of injuries on the interior and, just also the edge. Yetur Gross-Matos was a guy that the 49ers paid to come in and rush the passer, I think, from both positions, from the interior, from the outside. He goes to IR. So you lose Javon Hargrave. So you're down some guys on the interior. And, Leonard Floyd, I think he could use some help. I think you could use a rotational pass rusher. And you have a guy. This guy, I've got a name for you, ladies and gentlemen. He goes by the name Azeez Ojulari. And you might know who Azeez Ojulari is. You might not. This was a Hive player for me. When you hear me say, "Oh, the Brian Burns Hive is buzzing," you hear that. You hear Azeez Hive was a real thing. I love his skill set. I love what he brings to the table. And when you look at him and his build, he's 24 years old. And so he's still very young. He was drafted in 2021 out of Georgia. He was a second-round draft pick, number 50th overall. The 49ers actually went Aaron Banks over Azeez Ojulari. I was really hoping in that second round. I think they picked at 48 that they were targeting Azeez. They didn't. That's fine. They get Aaron Banks. But he's 6'3", 240 pounds, and he is so fast. When you look at what he's been able to do just this season in 2024, you see that he's been able to accumulate 3 sacks. He has 5 quarterback hits, and he has 17 quarterback hurries to go along with 11 tackles. Um, to me, he's a guy that you could play in the wide nine. I think he's a little bit of a hybrid guy with what they're doing. He's like an outside linebacker. They have him dropping into coverage and doing those types of things. In my opinion, he would be best suited in putting his hand in the ground and rushing the passer. He has phenomenal pass rush moves, first step quickness. His hands are some of the best I've ever scouted when it comes to hand swipes and clubs and rips and all of the. He's just got quick hands, very fast, very technical, and he is a guy that I feel would fit so well with the 49ers. And again, only 24 years old. They obviously traded for Brian Burns. He's in a contract year, so he's going to be a free agent after the season. So that could potentially, if the Giants are like, we're not going to re-sign this guy, so let's go out and get something. Because he's a free agent, that could translate into the form of getting him at a value. So you could potentially get Azeez Ojulari, who has 3 sacks on the season, has only played 42% of the snaps for the Giants this year in 6 games. And he could come in and he can be a situational pass rusher, and he can continue to help in that regard. We've seen Nick Bosa rotate. We've seen Leonard Floyd rotate. We've seen a lot of Robert Beal out there. We've seen Sam O out there, and I think both have done well, but I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing out some reinforcements and injecting more speed onto the edge. And I think our defensive tackles have done well in replacing Hargrave. So I'm less concerned there, but I do like the idea of going and getting Azeez Ojulari. Now, there's obviously other names that the 49ers can target on the defensive line. I thought BJ Hill, if you're looking for a defensive tackle, he could be a guy that the 49ers target from Cincinnati. Obviously, DJ Jones is a name that's thrown out a lot. I have no idea if the Philadelphia Eagles would be open to trading Josh Sweat to the 49ers. Probably not, but he would be a nice edge present to have. So, there are other names out there, but when I think of, the logjam that the Giants currently have and the fact that he's in his final contract year or his rookie season or his rookie contract year, I think Azeez Ojulari, the fact that he's still 24 years old, he's young, he's got experience in the league, and his best ball is still ahead of him. I feel like that would be the perfect target. Get him at a cost effective rate, and he could be a guy who comes in and produces anywhere from 6 to 8 sacks for you on the rest of the year. And that, I think, to me, is a huge, huge benefit. I think the 49ers should do their due diligence. I think going after and calling and seeing what the price tag is for Azeez Ojulari would be phenomenal. I really, really would like to see that, and I think he would be a good fit. Not only is he a former draft crush of mine, I'm talking about the Azeez Ojulari hive was buzzing back in the day. It would be buzzing again if the San Francisco 49ers got their hands on him. I would be ecstatic if they were able to get him. You talk about an athlete, still 24 years old. You could potentially take what he does this year, turn it into a smaller 2-year or 1-year prove it. Like there's benefits here that go beyond just this season. And let's say he does do really, really well and he signs with another team, signs a lucrative contract with another team, you're getting a compensatory pick for him. So you're getting something in return. So I think it makes too much sense. I think it fills a need. I think the 49ers should do it. Let me know if you think about Azeez. Let me know what you guys think about any other player potentially that you think could fit this mold. Let me know who you think the 49ers should go after in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.